night beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good AFC matchup in store between the Baltimore Ravens and the Los Angeles Chargers. For the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They'll go to Barkley again. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down. Solid running there. And, CD, we hear so much about what it takes to win in the playoffs. Most people like to include having a strong running game in their assessment. And with this man in the backfield, this group has a strong running game, without a doubt.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you there, because in terms of yardage, he's a top 5 running back in the league. And in terms of impact on a game, not many better than him. And when they're flowing and he's carrying the ball consistently, they're tough to beat.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. And now Jackson will look to throw it. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Jackson. He finds him again, Saquon Barkley. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 24-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. Well, it seems pretty clear on this opening drive that they want to get him involved, not only, Charles, in the run game, but in the pass game as well. And he can be such a weapon for them when they utilize him this way.
And, partner, you know I'm a veteran, right? In other words, that means a little bit older. Back in my day, we used to call a guy like this a workhorse, except he carried the ball all the time. Now they get it to him a variety of ways, but you're right, they want to run their offense through him.
And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And This will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. Here's Jackson. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
Real quick.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
Barkley again, but he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal. To throw is Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Isaiah Likely from 6 yards away. And the Ravens will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
Ravens 7, Chargers 0.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Here comes Nasir Adderley from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 32-yard line.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And he'll push forward for a couple to the 34. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
Being chased down under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ravens 7, Chargers 0.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Herbert's throw going into the hands of Williams. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Herbert now. That's caught. It's DeAndre Carter. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 44-yard line. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Running on first down, Eckler. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
From the 41, Herbert. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. That his first incompletion after a 4-for-4 start.
Yeah, but they shouldn't back off from what they're doing. I like the play calling right out of the gate. I like the tone that they're setting. Keep going in that direction.
Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. In search of 8 yards on third down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he is going to lose yardage here. They lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
I don't care who you are. 60 yards is a very ambitious attempt. Hard to make even in practice in the best of conditions. And now, worst of all, you give the other guys the ball to start their drive at midfield.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way, so he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it, just move on to the next play.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Up the middle with Barkley. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stump that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Jackson. Open man is Duvernay. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 of the 12. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Darius Slayton, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Ravens' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 14-0.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. On the return, it's Adderley from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Charger drive about to get going. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's Herbert. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Forward.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They started this drive backed up against the wall by the turnover, but I love their fight. Planted their feet and forced the incompletion on 1st down.
Forward.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Yeah.
Now it's Jackson. He finds Bateman over the middle. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and 1, Jackson. Open man is Bateman. It's complete. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Joey Bosa so strong, able to fight his way in there to make the play.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Play action. Now Jackson. Touchdown. Darius Slayton in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 21-0.
Ravens 21, Chargers nothing. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. On the return, it's Adderley from his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
They're on 17-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. This take it in at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. That's caught, and it's Eckler again. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Right back to him for 10 more and a first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Eckler now between the tackles. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down. Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
And this shot downfield on second down is brought in. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 25-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Play action. It's Herbert. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Back to throw here, Herbert. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half. And down 3 scores, a lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
It reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge... if they want to try and win this one.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Again, it's Barkley. And some room to work. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 85 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and it is 28-0.
The score, Ravens 28, Chargers 0.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
On the return, it's Adderley from his end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around.
He's got a man, complete.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Up the middle with Eckler. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Now it's Herbert. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day. They're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson. This one is Slayton over the middle. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Partner, he sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd.
That's taken in by Duvernay. And he will have a Ravens first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. One quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Second down at 5.
Hey, middle.
They go play action now. Jackson.
And this is into the hands of Andrews downfield.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
A first down carry for Barkley. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
He'll get it inside the 20.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
A handoff, Barkley running left. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Give all that credit defensively to Khalil Mack. A great stop in the backfield.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. They'll run it again with Barkley. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Jackson now. Wide open receiver complete.
And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Barkley will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So 2nd and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley.
And they'll run again. And he's going to lose yardage again as he is stuck behind the line.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
3rd and goal, Jackson. This is caught. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the 1st down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close.
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Taken at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. Stopped in his tracks by Chase Winovich.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
False start there. That will set the offense back 5 yards.
Brandon, the lineman, certainly flinched there before the snap. A good call.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Once more, here's Eckler. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 40 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
And the Chargers, first down. First and 10.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a first and 10 as they search for a late score. So first and 10 now from the 30. Herbert off of play action. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Second down and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. Touchdown, LA. Gerald Everett, 67 yards. And the Chargers are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Nasir Adderley that time making the tackle. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7. A handoff to Barkley on the option. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Jackson. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. An effective 7-yard third down conversion. Quite the turnaround from a week ago where he threw 4 interceptions. He hasn't had an interception this game, and he told us during the week, my goal, goose egg. He's achieving that so far.
And what we're seeing is a guy that you can win with, right? Because anyone who can make that type of an adjustment to shake off a really horrendous week the week before and come back and play mistake-free football to this point, yeah, that's a guy I want to play with, that's for sure.
Second down, here's Barkley again. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. So their move is to decline that so they don't get another second down. It'll be third.
So that has to tell us that they're pretty confident in their third down defense, right?
Absolutely.
Whether it's a sub package or nickel package, whatever they want to run out there, they feel like they can defend here on third down.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is third down. To throw is Jackson. And, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up fourth down. But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit, but as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried.
Now a hit and a loose football. Oh, good return up past the 30. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
And the Chargers, first down.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. And incomplete on the deep ball.
In a game that hasn't gone your way, you've got to throw in the end zone at every opportunity and hopefully climb back in as much as possible. He put way too much on that throw, though, and that shot ends up with nothing.
One last throw here for Herbert. Touchdown, Chargers. Gerald Everett with his second touchdown of the night. And the Chargers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. And a decisive advantage became even more decisive. They already had the win in hand, but they keep pressing the tempo, and they pile on with another touchdown reception.
Would you consider that touchdown a reward to all the tight ends on their roster for their effort today? Not just running their routes, but all the time they spent in the trenches, laying down blocks, doing the little things to help that offense succeed. And for doing all of that, they definitely want one of their tight ends to get a touchdown to really seal this blowout.
The Ravens going to move on to